Good morning, everyone. And I apologise that I'm producing a lot of videos at the moment. It is, of course, my days off, and they've fallen conveniently in the week, which is great because I don't have domestic taskings dropped on my lap with such frequency. They generally come on a list in the morning. And I wanted to talk about the biggest procurement debacle disaster in What If Malagasy modelling history. And it is, of course, related to the NH-90. I have been advised by the Ministry of Legality and legal services, that I need to be careful what I say because there is an ongoing case. Now, the problem here is not so much with the NH-90, but more with the arms dealer, which in this case is Revell. So I had high hopes for the NH-90 replacing my legacy Hella AS532 Super Puma fleet. The NH-90 was going to do a number of roles in What If land. It was going to be a What If Special Operations helicopter. It was going to be a What If naval helicopter, replacing the Wessex and CH-46 in that role. It was going to go on frigates. It was going to go on destroyers. It was going to operate from the aircraft carriers as an anti-submarine and rescue helicopter. It was going to become the Army's main helicopter in the medium class. And there was going to be a Special Forces version. So everything looked good. Now, unfortunately, What If Madagascar does not have a NATO credit card backed by 37 trillion of debt. And what that means is that I have to purchase things over a period of time. I can't just go and whack 12 NH-90s on the credit card because Budget Lady would impose restrictions. And what happened was Revell at first, there was good availability from the arms dealer Revell of this excellent kit, and the Revell kit is a superb kit. It is a really nice fitting kit. It's a really well detailed kit. The aircraft itself looks beautifully sleek. This is the naval frigate version. I've built 2 TTHs and 1 TTH Special Forces, but as you can see, it's got the anti-submarine equipment, the radar there, forward-looking infrared turret, and lots of lumps and bumps for the countermeasures. So it's a really nice kit. And basically then suddenly Revell, as they do, they take their models out of production. And that's really, really annoying. Now, this kit is slated to come back in later this year and to be re-released. And it's retailing at £24.99 UK pounds by the look of it. I bought most of mine for kind of, some of them, the TTHs, I bought for silly price because they had gone out of production. But the NH-90 NFH kit does have everything in it to build a TTH except the decals. So I ended up with the TTHs, which I've given to the Oilums, and the TTH Special Forces, which I've given to the Oilums. And then I've retained the NH-90 NFH, which 9 of these serve in What If land, and they are now a customs helicopter. And I'm considering what to do, whether to buy more of the Revell kit when it is released or not. Now, I do like the NH-90. The Aussies have had a torrid time with it, but the New Zealanders seem to have had a good time. The French, of course, have had a good time with it. The Italians, apart from an air show crash, appear to have a good time with it. It is a safe helicopter in many respects. It is equipped with flotation gear. The Australians had a nasty crash, and I believe the Australians have pulled them from service, but one of their crashes, not the one with the fatalities, but another one of their crashes apparently was caused by pilot error, where the pilot shut down the working engine, and the Australians apparently hadn't paid to fix the turbine blade issue that was raised 2 years ago. So it is overall a safe type. Now, unfortunately, helicopters can and do crash, and even things like the Ospreys can and do crash. So that led me then to say, well, okay, well, my legacy Puma fleet needs replacing. It is getting outdated. As you can see, it's not got forward-looking infrared. The crews have to use night vision goggles. Quite an old type, been in service for a while. So if the NH-90s, due to Revell, are now no longer available, and I don't know why Revell do it. It is a real shame. You know, modelers look forward to having that product available over a period of time, because like I said, you don't have a NATO credit card backed by 37 trillion of debt. You have to build up the collection over time. So that led me to go down the route of upgrading the Super Pumas. So this is one of my upgraded Super Pumas. As you can see there, it's got forward-looking infrared. It's got the door guns there and a couple of door gunners, one on each side. It's got countermeasures added from Plasticard, and it's got a nice new grey scheme, and I would say that the digital avionics are fitted in there. So I've got two of these Super Pumas upgraded to the latest standard, and they have to remain in service because I just couldn't get the NH-90s. Now, as you can see, the NH-90, whether it's the TTH or the NFH, the Navy version, comes with all of the goodies that the Puma you have to add. And the Pumas from Hella don't come with winches, so you have to add your own winches from the spares box, which is rather annoying. That's one off the side of a Chinook. And then basically, so this is where I'm at with it to wrap up the video. And then Bad Lieutenant, fortunately, has suggested an even better aircraft. So now I'm kind of wondering, well, given the problems with Revell and the fact that they've broken that relationship and they've breached their contract and they've let me down, should I, as a 1 in 72nd what if fictional ruler of a fictional state, just buy some more anagrammed XC142s? Because when I upgrade the XC142 with refueling probe, you don't have that on the NH-90, and give it the forward-looking infrared, and it can have the radar there in the front, this thing can carry 4.5 tons of cargo. It has a rescue hatch actually underneath, which for some reason Anagram have missed, but it does have one. And it can winch direct from the front cabin in reality. It's got a huge ramp there, and it can load military pallets. And there's a massive difference in the XC142. One, it's not as nice a kit, and the Anagram one has some pretty bad fit issues and warpage. But the difference is these can maybe manage, what, 150 mile an hour and cruise speed, operational speed, 431 mile an hour max speed. Cruise speed, 400 mile an hour. Range, this thing has about 3 times the amount of range. It can carry up to 32 troops. It can carry up to 24 stretchers. It has a winch. It can take off and land vertically. It can do short takeoff and landing. Yes, it's 4 engines. Yes, it's more complicated. No, it doesn't look as good. It looks like a box. But believe it or not, this flying box is faster than the Osprey. And arguably, Ospreys crashed in development. These crashed in development. Only one serious fatal crash compared to the Ospreys. Unfortunately, many crashes. So I'm at the kind of point where, do I abandon the medium helicopter category and just build XC142s? What do you think? Let me know. Yes, it's more maintenance because you've got 2 extra engines, but the capability and range and everything that you get with the 142, it just leaves medium helicopters behind. Let me know what you think. Take care. Goodbye.